Love me.
No, man.
Love me.
Shit, no, man.
Love me!
I did.
Act 2, Yotei!
What's up, space pirates? This is your Admiral, the engagingly eccentric Dr. Disaster. And finally, after being called out for their chicken shit ways, PlayStation and Sucker Punch released the new Ghost of Yotei trailer on X, and after their terrible response to the Charlie Kirk situation where one of their now former employees glorified it, we can see why they were trying to avoid X in the first place. The replies are absolutely brutal.
Have mercy. Please, please.
There is no mercy.
Canceled my pre-order. Issue an apology for the disgusting comments made by your employee, Sucker Punch. Your silence is deafening. Hey, I know supposedly this developer was fired, but the producer also liked this post, and y'all haven't condemned it, so as far as I'm concerned, you support killing conservatives. Posting a trailer before commenting on your employees' behavior on Blue Sky? I think I'm done giving my money to you guys going forward. I truly hope karma is real and PlayStation's business gets what it has sowed.
You hate me, don't you? No, I don't hate you.
You have to scroll down quite a ways in the replies on this post on X until you find anyone saying anything positive at all. This here is a so-called professional reviewer, so of course he's gonna shill in order to stay in the good graces of his corporate masters.
We will be there day one.
Blow it out your ass!
What's really funny though is how, as I said yesterday in my video, all of the decisions that Sucker Punch has made surrounding this game, Ghost of Yotei, all of those choices make sense once you realize that they were counting on the modern audience to love their game and to buy it. But now, even those people are boycotting the game because they are mad that the developer celebrating Charlie Kirk's death lost her job. Their response, Sucker Punch's response, has completely alienated everyone. That trailer that they released has now been completely ratioed over on YouTube. The game is, as the kids like to say, cooked.
You're screwed. Thank you. Bye.
Alright me hearties, make sure that you hit the like button on this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I've had a lot of people tell me recently that they have been unwillingly unsubscribed to the channel, so make sure that you check on that. And there's been a lot of talk about restricted mode being automatically enabled for a lot of users on YouTube, which would cut you off from a lot of your favorite channels, so don't forget to check into that as well. But alrighty then, let's take a peek at what is going down with Ghost of Yotei right now. This is an unmitigated catastrophe of a marketing collapse for Sucker Punch. I was already talking about how this game had sluggish sales and only lukewarm interest, but it was going to sell some copies until they handled this Charlie Kirk scenario in pretty much the worst way possible. Future business students learning about crisis management should be given a step-by-step playbook of what Sony and Sucker Punch did here, and then be told that as long as they do something different, anything at all, from what the morons who made Ghost of Yotei did, then they will know that they at least haven't hit rock bottom on their ability to communicate with their customers during a crisis. prices. These people at Sucker Punch make Randy Pitchford look like Robin Williams. But the thing is, they hired a bunch of activists, the sort who couldn't keep their mouths shut to hide their glee when something terrible happened to an innocent man, and then they made a product for a specific sort of crowd, the modern audience. You know, those so-called sophisticated, progressive, metropolitan people. That is who they made Ghost of Yotei for. But the problem is that their activist employee blatantly and brazenly glorified a horrific murder, so Sucker Punch felt compelled to do something about it. They fired this person, but they didn't make a public statement and placate the people offended by that person's statement, so people on that side of the aisle, the right wing if you will, are pissed and assume that Sucker Punch agrees with the negative sentiment about Charlie. Meanwhile, the reason that Sucker Punch did not say anything is because they didn't want to piss off their target audience, the leftist progressives that were going to be so pumped to play as a girl boss version of Jin Sakai, played by an infamous LGBT activist. The problem is, though, that now those people are pissed as well because Sucker Punch fired this developer. They have lost everyone but the shills. I mean, look at this post here from Master of the TDS over on X, showcasing a whole hell of a lot of people wanting to boycott this game. These posts are all from people over on Blue Sky. Let's look at some of them. The one in the top left corner of this image said, "Time to boycott Ghost of Yotei and Sony until they reinstate the artist. Sucker Punch, why are you capitulating to the far right? Your game star is someone Charlie Kirk would have wanted to die." And then the post to the right of that says, "Absolutely disgusting behavior to crumple to a harassment campaign so easily and fully. Management at Sucker Punch should be ashamed." And then in the lower left, that person says, "Boycott Ghost of Yotei, F Sucker Punch, F their CEO and upper echelon for capitulating to effing fascists." And then in the lower right, the person says, "I'm gonna be crystal clear here. This is cowardly. Handing power to the internet at large, you are abetting the kinds of actions that have hurt so many of my fellow developers. Have a process and follow it, but don't take cues from people looking for a head." And you know, it's funny to me how all these people, all these progressives that don't like consequence culture now, these people call us hypocritical for using it after years of complaining about it. But I have to wonder, why in the heck did we not hear them complaining, say, 5 years ago when some random person got fired for an unearthed 8-year-old joke or something like that? Back then, they didn't take it seriously. They thought it was fine. But the one constant that I notice is that the people who are currently being affected by cancel culture really don't like it. It's almost as if this was a weapon that should never have been created in the first place. And now these people are only mad because they're losing. Make no mistake, if the tables ever turn again, and if they regain the whip hand, then their complaints will stop. But yeah, it's almost as if making everything political all the time and being melodramatic and referring to people like Donald Trump as literally Hitler in order to justify their shitty actions, it's almost like that was a big effing mistake for companies like this, like Sucker Punch, because in the end, it was going along with this attitude that caused all of this to happen in the first place that's happening right now. Their now fired developer never should have felt comfortable saying this shit in the first place. This is a textbook case of politics categorically harming a business. This is why businesses used to stay out of this shit. But no, they couldn't do that. They sowed the wind, and now they're reaping the whirlwind. Just look at their trailer on YouTube. After almost a full day of release, the trailer is currently at about 276,000 views, and not only have they been ratioed, but it is over a 2-to-1 ratio with 15,000 likes to a whopping 35,000 dislikes. And it is chock chock full of comments letting them have it with both barrels, like this one here: Sucker Punch's new marketing strategy. Alienate 50% of your audience before the game even launches. Bold move. Let's see how it plays out for them. I would say that they have alienated way over half the audience at this point, where it looks as though there is practically a full-on universal boycott. But you get the picture. Even the IGN version of the trailer got crapped on. They're sitting at going on 59,000 views, but the ratio is over 3-to-1, with 1.9 thousand likes to 7.3 thousand dislikes. The fact of the matter is that these companies should have stayed out of politics. We warned them over and over not to hire activists, but businesses like Sucker Punch thought that if they just cozied up to the left-wing side, that they would have enough people left over to sustain them. They apparently thought that the progressives were gonna outright win the culture war, but you would think that a franchise like Star Wars, which has fallen off a cliff over the past decade, that would be enough to teach these people to stay out of this crap. But no, they went along with the groupthink mentality in the entertainment industry, and now it is costing Sucker Punch big time. Back in the 90s, Michael Jordan was asked why he wouldn't weigh in on politics, and he famously said, because Republicans buy shoes too. It turns out that is pretty damned good advice on how to handle that sort of thing that a lot of these game studios forgot, because they got themselves all worked up thinking that they were the main characters fighting against evil fascism. Well, folks, I think it's time that they come back to reality, where they are closer to NPCs than a main character, and instead of chanting shit like, "We're the resistance," a lot of these guys are going to need to learn a new phrase that will become quite important to their professional lives. Would you like fries with that? But I'm going to leave it there. Drop your mockery of Sucker Punch and Sony into the comment section below, and we will talk there. Thanks for watching, me hearties. If you haven't already, your Admiral is inviting you to subscribe to the channel and become a part of the crew. Life as a space pirate may not be glamorous, but there's always plenty of booty.